Today's shout out is Robin's Healing on YouTube. She does daily videos, readings, and she does jewelry. If you want to check out her YouTube, I'll put the link in below just to see if that's something you connect with. Hi everyone, my name is Kelliena. I'm a psychic from Halifax, Nova Scotia. Today's video, I'm going to talk a little bit about last night's energy, because last night was, energetically speaking, was a lot. It was very heavy, and there was some things happening that I just want to share and just see if you guys were picking up on that. One thing that the Guardians asked me last night too was, in the videos, they want the horoscopes, like the ones for each zodiac sign, but they also want me to start doing the moon signs for the day, because when you learn the moon signs, it becomes like a weather forecast for energy. It can give you a really good indication, kind of like the foundation of the aura of the day. So I'm going to kind of get into that. If you're learning your moon signs, one thing that really helped me was I went to, I think it's Astrology.com, and there's in real time, it gives you in real time where the moon is, what zodiac it is, what degree it is, and what that, where I'm going with that is, if you get a journal and just start observing, like, okay, like today, for example, the moon is in Gemini right now, but around noon, it's going to go into Cancer. So everyone around noon, you'll probably feel a shift of energy, because the moon changes zodiac signs I believe it's every 2.5 days. So a lot of times for intuitives, or anyone that feels energy, is you'll be having a really good morning, and then all of a sudden the energy could shift when the moon changes, because it's like our energy is adjusting to it. So I want to start adding that to the videos just very quickly, like what the moon sign is, what the moon phase is, and then go from there. And then I want to talk a bit about last night's energy, because last night was energetically really, really heavy. And then we'll get into the readings. So this is, for those who, this is where I get it. I can't pronounce that, so I'm not going to try, but this is the book that I use. And inside is where it looks a little complicated when you read it, but once you get going, it's not too bad. So inside, it's fell apart because I use it so much. So the inside, I don't know if you guys can see that. It's a list of all the, up here, you'll see all the planets. So this is the sun, the moon. So this is the moon in the morning, in the afternoon, because it changes so quickly. So this is midnight, noon, Mercury, Venus, like you'll know all those. And then over here will be the days. So this is March, the date, and then you just kind of line up each row to where the planets are. So, and I'm gonna put a link below too for Astro.com, just where the planets are if you're looking for those, if you don't have this. But this is a really great tool to have. So today's moon right now, it's in Gemini, and then around lunch it's going to go into Cancer. So moon in Gemini, and the sun right now is in Aries. So what's happening right now is the moon is waxing, which means that the moon is growing. It's the light is returning. So when we go from a new moon to a full moon, think of it as the energy is growing. So for Gemini is the zodiac sign of communications. It's also the kind of, I always think of Gemini as like the engineer. It's someone who wants to understand everything, get to the bottom of it, kind of really take things apart, and just really, like a really deep thinker. That's Gemini. And then we have Cancer, who is all about home, love, nurturing. So they're two very different energies. So you can kind of see how the switch happens. Like we go from a very thinking, want to analyze, communicate, to the home energy, to like, no, I just want to be home. I want to rest. So with those energies, there's a couple things happening. So the sun is in Aries, and the moon is going to go into Cancer. So what that's going to do is going to create a square in the zodiac. So a square is 90 degrees. So let's think right here is where the sun is, where Aries, and right here would be where the moon is. So it creates kind of like a square. So it's not an energy where it flows, and it's not. It can be a challenging energy if we don't understand it. So the energy can become a little bit cranky, or a little bit like, whoa, where's that coming from? So because we know that the sun and the moon is going to square each other today and tomorrow until, I'll give you the exact time. It's until April 3rd, like really early. So it's April 2nd, like late at night, like around midnight or something. So the next couple of days, we know that there's going to be this square. So with the Aries sun and the Cancer moon, you might find the energy a little bit louder than normal. So what I would recommend with that is honor if you need to rest more, if you need to just kind of veg out. I just wouldn't push yourselves too much right now, because the energy, especially last night, like I'll tell you what happened last night in a second. The energy, it's a little bit more heavier than normal. So that's one thing I just want to kind of say. But the other part too that's good about a moon in Cancer is this energy of a lot of dreams, a lot of psychic energy. Every time there's like a water moon, so water moons are Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. Usually we see a lot of dream energy. We see a lot of creativity, music, art. That energy becomes stronger. So that will be great, but you just might feel this energy where it's like, okay, I need to rest a bit more. It's going to be great for those who have Aries and Cancer moon, like Aries sun, Cancer moons. Those who are Libras or Aries, you might find it a little bit louder than normal, but the Cancers, you guys should find it really, really positive. Okay, so that's just sort of like a nutshell. But going back to something that I did, I've been learning astrology since I was 14. I think I was 19 or 20. What I started doing was I started observing like where the moon was. I kept a book, like a little notebook. I went to the dollar store, got it. And what I did was I wrote down every family member, their moon, their sun sign, and I would observe them, like how they would react. So I know for me, like I'm a Libra, so I know this moon in Cancer, I'm going to find it loud. But someone who is a Scorpio, or a Taurus, or like a different zodiac, it's probably not going to be as loud to them as it is to me or to Libras. So that's something I would just start observing, like just write it down, just see, observe, and watch how you feel, because you'll discover, for me, one of the moons that I find very, very intense is actually when the moon goes into Scorpio. Usually if the moon is in Scorpio, I stay home. Like I just rest, recharge. I'll go for a drive, but I won't go too far. Like I won't go anywhere there's a lot of people, because I find that energy can be very loud for me. So that's just something to see if that helps you in your journey. So that's one part I'm going to start doing, is just talking about the moon quickly and astrology news and go into that. So last night's energy was really heavy. Like it was really, I didn't get a lot of sleep. And that happens sometimes for me. And I'd love to hear from you guys if that happens to you. Like if the energy is really loud, or sometimes the other opposite happens, and this happens more than not, is that where I'll have guardians or spirits or something that they just get really excited and they just start talking, and I can't sleep. So sometimes what I have to do is put up an extra shield and just say, like, I appreciate that you want to speak to me, but can you please go through my guardians and through my dreams, and we can talk there just so I can sleep. That happens a lot. But last night's energy was really, I'm going to use the word heavy, because I don't know what time it was, but it was like all of a sudden, it was like you know how the fog rolls in? It's like you'll see the fog rolling in off the coast or coming in. So I don't know what time it was, but all of a sudden this energy, that the best way I could describe it would be like a fog rolling in. And I would call it, I don't know if you guys are familiar with miasma. Miasma is like kind of like a toxic energy. It's something where think of it like if we go through a release, like if we're releasing something that's not serving us, think of that. It's just like it's a very, very toxic energy. And sometimes with miasma, if something really, we'll see it around places where if there was like, active violence or something really negative happening, we'll see it lingering there. So it becomes almost, sometimes I see it almost as like a metallic fog when it's present, and sometimes it's very brief. Like you'll just see like a flash of it and it's gone, and that's all you'll see, but you'll feel it. Miasma, usually you feel like it's like this wave of like, oh my God, what's going on? So last night, I don't know what time it was, I was laying in bed, Ken was sleeping, and all of a sudden it was this wave of energy. I could feel this pressure on me, and it wasn't from, because usually what happens with miasma, so when you read the energy, you want to pay attention to where your mind goes, because the way the communication happens between certain aura fields is that we'll get a random thought or something will pop into our head, and that will be part of the translation. That's the psychic abilities reading the energy. So usually if you see something where if the energy gets very heavy, we might think of like, like an image of like our neighbor might pop in, or an image of something, a world events happening, and something will pop in where it will kind of give you the root of where this energy is coming from. So last night's translation, when I saw it, it was actually from like a release from the earth. So I heard this, I don't even know how to describe it. It was like this moan. Like I don't even know how to present this. It was something where it was this, it came from the earth, and I don't know where from the earth, but just it came from her, where it was this roll of metallic, like a very heavy metallic fog that was released. Now, what was interesting was when it went through, there was a distance, like it wasn't on top of anybody, but there would be like from the ceiling to me, like you could see it going through, and it lasted a while. Like it lasted probably a good 20 minutes before it disappeared. So I don't know what happened last night. I've seen it happen before where there's a shift in the earth. So sometimes, like there's times where I'll text Ken, I'm like, I don't know what's going on, but there's a moan, I can hear it. And then we'll find out that maybe there's like a 6.1 earthquake or something around the world. But there's something that I don't know what happened last night, but I think the earth did a major release. And because the amount of work that she needed to do to release that, I think it's, we're feeling it because we know, like, because we're connected to her. We feel her heart, the earth. We feel her heart. So I think because we're feeling that, I think that we're feeling the heaviness, the amount of work that she had to do. So I'd be curious to, like, did you guys feel anything last night? Like, I definitely did not sleep a lot. It was a lot of energy last night. And the other part too, which was funny, and this never happened the last 4 or 5 years with Ken and I, is Ken slept in. Like we always get up around like between 5:30 and 6, and his alarm was turned off. Now, I think the guardians did that because they've done that to me before, where they'll turn off my alarm because they're like, no, you need to sleep. So just something to keep an eye on. If you fall asleep, if you sleep in, I always trust it. My Reiki master, Sheila Earle, she passed away in 2011. She was very big on that. Like, don't get stressed on it. Just, there's something going on, that just trust it. So we slept in till 7:15, which is really sleeping in for us. So that, I think there's something, a lot happening last night. So I'd be curious to hear what you guys think about that. Or if you guys are picking up anything, I would love to hear that. Because it was definitely, I'm really tired today. So I think what I'm going to do today, what the guardians were saying, they actually really said, like, just rest. Like, I was going to do the videos for April today, but I can tell right now, I don't think I'm energetically clear enough or grounded enough to do a proper job, like do the job like I want to do for it. So I'm probably going to do those tomorrow. Yeah, but I know I'm really tired, so I'm probably just going to take it very easy. I'm probably just going to curl up, read the newspapers, and just go from there. All right, so we'll do the daily readings. Okay, so we'll start with Aries. So what I'm doing right now, I just cut the cards into 3 because that represents past, present, future. It just opens up the energy when I do this. So for Aries, so this is 3 of Wands. So Aries, they're saying this is a time to gather knowledge. This is a time to focus on where do you want to go with your dream business? Where do you want to go with your career? It's to see further ahead. They're also asking to gather, they keep saying gather knowledge. So I think looking into an online course, a book, just really informing yourself and then going from there, I think is going to be important the next little bit. Taurus. 10 and 1. So Taurus, you had this the other day too. So Taurus, it's an energy, you have a lot on your plate right now. It feels like, again, like they're making me feel your back is still a little bit stiff. Taurus, I think today is a really great day to focus on your fitness, to focus on stretching more, connecting with the earth. They're also showing an energy that you might need to put some gentle boundaries at work. Like you might find like work is coming at you quite a bit. So there's something, it's okay to put those gentle boundaries down. Gemini, the Hangman. So Gemini, today's energy, it's about seeing the other side. It's about, if you're in a situation right now where you're trying to communicate with someone and it's just not flowing, this aura here, it's about really taking a step back and just look at the situation and see, try to see where they're seeing from. It's just seeing it from the different side. There's going to be a very positive breakthrough today. It might be a little bit annoying when you first hear about it, but it's going to work in your favor later. And it's a time there's a lot of fairies around Gemini. So the guardians are asking you to focus on speaking to the trees, connecting with the birds. There's deer here, so you might see a deer. Animals, they're saying speak to the animals. And then for Cancer, so 6 of Wands. So this is about clearing energy for Cancers. This is a time, so the moon's coming into on top of your sun today. So you're going to find the energy is actually very positive for Cancers. It's going to be an energy where it's a release. Energy is going to settle down compared to what's been the last few, she says few weeks. This is also an energy because the Cancers, they keep talking about planning a trip or thinking like after the situation's done with the world. So that's coming up. So right now it's an energy where it's about thinking ahead, like planning, like once this is settled, where do you want to go next? And especially a lot of energy about your creative aura. Leo, Lovers. Leo, you're going to discover someone has a crush on you. Someone is going to flirt with you or present an energy that they're expressing that they're attracted to you. And there's an energy that there's a lot of focus here about partnership, where you're really focusing on what do you need from your partner and where do you want to go. If you're single right now, great energy to meet someone. This is something, and I know right now we can't go out and meet, but it could be online, social media. Keep an eye on who you're connecting to, but a lot of romance and connection here for Leos. For Virgos, 8 of Cups. This is a detox day for Virgos. This is a time just to rest, recharge, focus on drinking more water, more green tea, listening to your body. But it's just today, I just feel like you just need a veg day just to honor your body, rest, recharge. That's the big part. Libra, 5 of Swords. So that fits into what, like with the square moon between the moon and the sun right now. So the energy today might be for Libras. Just today, I would just kind of rest, recharge, create your own space, keep words gentle, kind, still. And it's an energy today where less you say, the more you're heard. It is an energy where I just think that you need your own space and drink more water. They're just saying to rest. Like that's the big thing. I almost feel like today would be a really great day just to curl up, watch Netflix, like keep it very simple. So energy, it's just, there's that purge that's happening that I think it's affecting a lot of people. Scorpio. Ooh, this is a good one. So Justice. Scorpio, there's an energy here where you're going to become like a bit of like a detective. There's an energy where you're going to want to get to the bottom of a situation with a friendship, something where you're like, okay, I want to understand the situation. So the guardians are asking you to focus on, specifically, they're saying historical events. That's Charlie. Hi, Charlie. I'll just show you. If it works, I'll show you this. Charlie, he's just sort of playing. I don't know if you guys can see that, but he's just playing with the thing. He does that, like he'll play with the curtains. It's funny. So with the Justice here, Scorpio, it's an energy where you're going to get to the bottom of things. You want to find out where are things coming from, what's the point, that kind of aura. So research, finding the truth, and just it feels like you're becoming like a detective into a historical event. That's that's all they're saying. So I'll leave that. So that could be like a family event, or it could be just something like you just want to watch some documentaries. Okay. Sagittarius, 9 of Pentacles. So Sagittarius, this is a day that I think is going to be really important to, if possible, if it's not raining too much, to go outside. It's a time to connect with nature, to ground, eat more vegetables, and just really honor your connection to the world, because to Earth. A lot of fairy energy around you guys too. I think this is just the time just to connect. Capricorn, whoops. Capricorn is the Hierophant. So the Hierophant is a teacher. So the guardians are saying for Capricorn, there's a new teacher coming to you. So this could be a teacher as a guardian or a human. And when guardians show teachers, so there's some teachers that will show us who we are, and they're very they're empowering. They help us into our path. But there's also teachers who remind us of what we're not. So for Capricorns, what I would recommend the next few months is really pay attention to who is coming into your life and pay attention to, okay, are they inspiring me, or are they, DJ's just playing with the paper. I would show you that side, but that side's all messy. So what they're saying here for Capricorn is there's a teacher coming in who's going to teach you who you are, but also to, I think, remind you of who you're not. So the next couple months, I pay attention to who's coming into your life. Are they inspiring you? Are they empowering you? Or is it an energy that every time they're around you, you're getting stressed or they annoy you? So if they're annoying you, it's not because, you know, the universe is like, okay, let's send this person and stress you out. What's happening is there's something that the universe is trying to get you to see something either in your lesson, in your past, to be aware of. So if someone's annoying you, you just want to look at, like, why are they annoying me? Where is this coming from? Is it me? Is it something that they're doing? Or is it a sign that I just need to remove myself? Or is this an opportunity for me to grow? So just a heads up on Capricorn on that. And then for Aquarius, 10 of Cups. So 10 of Hearts, 10 of Cups. This is beautiful. This is going to be a very beautiful energy for you. So for Aquarius, Cancer and Aquarius, you guys really understand each other. So where the moon is going into Cancer, this is really beautiful for you. This is an energy where a lot of laughter, a lot of joy. Today's energy, the guidance is just saying today, focus on your laughter. Focus on where your joy is coming from, because that's going to guide you. So that looks actually absolutely beautiful with it. So celebrate. Good news coming in for Aquarius. And then Pisces, this is a great card. So the Sun. So Pisces, this is an energy about allowing your power to shine. There's something that you're in what I would call like a psychic upgrade, or like the purge that I think that a lot of us are feeling. I think you're not going to feel. I think it's going to be very, very liberating, and it's going to be an energy where you're going to have more clarity than you've had in the last couple of weeks. There's really good news coming to you. It's news. They're saying that a wish is going to be granted through an unexpected way, and it's going to be better than what you first thought. That's what she just said. So it's an energy that there's a lot of joy coming to for Pisces. So this is wonderful. All right, everyone. I know that was sort of like a ramble today, but just rest, recharge, and let me know. And please comment below if there's something that you want me to focus on, or if you have any suggestions. And please let me know if you guys find the energy heavy too. It's just, I'd just be curious to see what you guys are picking up. All right. Thank you for checking out. Take care.